So you gotta let me know. Should I buy or should I go? That's what we're talking about.
Welcome to the Utah Real Estate Show podcast, the show where two agents and a lender teach real estate best practices by talking through mistakes we've seen and made.
Yep. So by saving $13,000 a year, you lost $11,000 in equity.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Utah Real Estate Show. I am Tyler Kazera, Utah Real Estate Agent.
Jason Christiansen, mortgage lender.
Eric West, Utah Real Estate Agent.
And today we are talking about
Should I buy
or should I not buy?
Exactly.
We get this question all the time, at least weekly, probably multiple times a week from me.
Well, we've talked about it in several videos.
Yeah, and you've probably seen a bajillion posts on social media, and this is the thing, this is my pet peeve, because people keep getting advice from their mechanic and their plumber and their MLM, someone who says they know what's going on with the market. And like the truth be told, I'm not a math wizard. And if I can figure this out, you can too. Like, hooked on Pahonics worked for me. Like, let's, I just want to dive into the little itty bitty bit of math that it takes to figure out if it's a good time to buy or not.
I like this. Math lesson.
Okay,
everybody.
so before we even get to the math, like, we all make money by people buying and selling.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what we do.
Sure.
Where we specialize in, or where what we feel that we're really good at, is talking ourselves out of business, I guess you would say.
That's actually
By
true.
being honest with people, knowing that they come to us for good advice, and we ask a lot of really tough questions to make sure that they are making a really good decision. Like, that's my big takeaway. And from all the businesses I've done in the past, all my clientele have always said, hey, we appreciate that. That's why we keep coming back to you, because we know that you'll say, no, don't do this right now. This is not a good time. And they'll go, I didn't even think about that, or thanks, or hey, you should actually go talk to this guy. I'm just not that great at it.
Right.
And I will give up that business for that. And so, like, right now, should I buy or should I not? Because of everything going on, it's the math side of it. I don't do math. That's why I have a lender and relationships with a lender, because I say, hey, run these numbers. Okay. Emotional side. Do you need to move? Do you want to move? Is house too small? Too old? You want a better neighborhood? Too far away from work? Got a new job? A lot of people have switch jobs this past.
Don't depend on the numbers.
Yeah, so figure out that and say, yes, I really do want to move. An hour and a half drive to work every day is not worth it. Great. Okay, so we want to stay within this amount of time. Now let's run that math and go talk to the lender before we go look at homes even.
All right,
Okay.
so now I'm excited. I want to get back to the math.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our math look like?
Let's-
How do we know?
Let's look at it. Okay, so here's what I hear over and over and over. Prices are going to drop, interest rates are going to drop, something like that. Okay, if the prices drop, that's a different situation. We'll save that for another podcast. The blip is there's not enough inventory. There's not enough houses. We could talk about that later.
We just talked about that in a previous episode. We're in a shortage, and more of a shortage now.
Right.
And it's going to get worse next year.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I say if you're looking, please strongly consider buying now. Okay, so let's play with these numbers, because I've never had to go wrong and I've had some crazy numbers thrown out. So what is the purchase price of our home right now?
$600,000.
600,000.
Sweet, I
Let's
love it.
throw it in there.
It's a good house.
I have two clients that are looking at it. It's a medium size.
Right, it's not a huge fancy house.
It's not a huge fancy house, and it's not a townhome.
How much are they going to put down? Because we're just looking at the loan right now.
5%.
They're putting 5% down.
Okay.
So their loan amount is $570,000. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say interest rates go up. Let's say by the time they pick, we have something twisted in the economy and they get a 7.5%. I just want to be clear that is higher than the going rate right now. I don't know any lender that's offering 7.5%
I'm
on a
gonna
primary
interrupt you
residence.
real quick.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking this video's for. Okay, I'm not going to name you on here because I'm not going to want to get yelled at by your wife telling me. But listen,
Okay.
'cause this will be forwarded to you.
Okay.
So your principal and interest payment is about $4,000, $39.85.
Okay.
You remember that, Tyler? You got
$39.85.
$39.85. That's your principal interest payment. That's
right now.
7.5%. 570.
Well, that's not right now.
No, that's not. That doesn't even exist right now. That's saying that interest rates go up before you make the decision,
Okay.
and you get a crappy interest rate, or maybe you have a bad credit situation. Okay.
$3,985 per month.
$39.85 principal and interest. We're not going to talk about
Okay.
mortgage insurance. We're not going to talk about anything else. Okay, let's say interest rates drop. Eric, they drop to what? A really good number.
4.8.
4.8. Let's go 4.5. They drop 3%. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So interest rates drop to 3.5%. 28.88.
I can remember
So
that.
$3,985.
2888.
That is a difference of $1,096 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would save, if you waited, you would save almost $1,100 a month, or $13,162 a year.
Yeah.
Even if we look at the most year over year, we've still appreciated in Utah. Values came down for a little bit a few months ago. They're now going up.
There's multiple offers on homes right now too.
Right now, and that's the thing, like, we hit the bottom a month ago in almost every area in Utah. Prices aren't going down anymore. I want to stress, they're not going down anymore. Multiple offer situations, they say give us your highest and best, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we started getting into bidding wars again. Like, mark my words. Okay, so Core Logic estimates 4% appreciation this year.
Okay.
One of the biggest real estate data.
Wait, 4% national or
Yes.
4% Utah?
4% national. This equates for, there's still some markets on a decline right now.
Right.
Like, there's some parts in California, some parts in
I
Washington.
would say that seems low to me for Utah, but that's my
Yeah.
It is.
interpretation.
It is. But he's
It is.
using like
I
4%.
want to make this very clear. So what was our purchase price again?
600.
600,000, right?
Yes.
So we're going to times this by 0.04. That's 24,000.
$24,000.
$24,000.
Increase the
That
value of your
the
home.
value
If
of
you bought
home's
it
gonna be
today,
$24,000.
it'd be worth $24,000
In a year.
next year.
Right.
Let's go back to the number of how much it cost us.
Which I totally forgot. It was like 13 grand.
$13,196.
Yep.
So
That's
by
almost
saving $13,000 a year, you lost $11,000 in equity.
Repeat that. Just say that again, because that's probably the biggest factoid of this show.
double. Yes.
Like, say that again.
By
Say that again.
saving $13,000 a year, you lost $11,000.
So
Because
by
you-
waiting and not purchasing now at
For
the
an interest
7% and waiting to saying your crystal ball that says that's going to go to 4.5 next year, you
Or at any
saved. Well, that's not even saving because you're still
You're,
just paying rent and.
yeah. So the thing is,
You're still living in mom's basement. That's the
Okay, yeah. You're living in your mom's basement for free right now, okay?
and the market isn't, the average days on market is a little over 30 right now on a house, I think. If I have, it's right around a
It
month.
depends on
Yeah,
the
yes.
area, but yes, most homes, we'll say in Utah County, because I was just doing some searching in Utah County. A lot of the homes I was looking
And
at
we have
were
about
on market
6,000 homes on the market-ish on the MLS.
Yep.
Last year, we had about 2,000 homes on the market, but they were staying there 7 days. They're staying on the market 4 times as long, and we have 3 times as much. That means we are in a drastic shortage. But right now, they're staying long enough to look, and if you catch a seller, you may be able to get seller paid costs. When the market spins around, seller paid costs are going to be the first thing to go. Then it's all going to be full price offers with no concessions, and then it's going to be over asking price.
Okay.
So if you get a home now, you still have a pick. You still may be able to get in a deal. And then if rates drop, you are not fighting everybody and their dog to get a house because everybody is waiting for the rates to drop, which we don't know if that will happen.
Well, because
Ever.
put
It may
that.
never
I mean,
happen again.
I really want you to understand what he just said. Like, you have the people who bought right now that are going to wait to refi. Well, they're going to say, hey, hope rates drop next year, and they're going to refi.
Right.
You have everybody that's not buying right now who is going to purchase if rates drop. And you have everybody that missed the refi a year and a half ago when it was down at 3%, who bought earlier, okay, who are going to go, well, if we go down to 4, I'm refining anyway because I'm not going to miss this again. So you now have potentially 3 different into one, where we didn't have that just recently.
Well, so the reality of the situation is, lenders are going to prioritize purchase over refis.
Yep.
Because it needs to happen. If you like rates drop, Jason, I want to refinance. I'm like, I'm really sorry, it's crazy busy. It's going to take me 2 months to get your loan done. Mm-hmm. You make one extra payment at a higher rate, and that kind of stinks. And I'm really sorry. But if it gets really busy and we're in a bidding war, and you may not get a home, that really, really sucks because you'll never get the lower or higher payment.
Yeah. Well, and so now let's go the opposite direction. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're at 6.5 right now.
Yeah, right in their faces.
Let's say it goes to
and you're there because he didn't fix his crystal ball. Okay, and his dog ate his, and I just don't have one. We go to 9.
Yeah, 9.5%.
Okay, now you're going. Whoo!
I wish I would.
I have a
Thank
6%.
I
I have a 6.5. I have 9. Go talk to your parents on what they bought their house for, on their interest rates, and they would laugh at you, like, I paid 15% for this.
Let's echo back
12%. And that, yeah. So this comes back to understanding your numbers, understanding your math. Is it worth waiting? Where are you at? Maybe partner in with somebody on a purchase. Go in with somebody if you're like, I really want to get in to build that equity like he just talked about. I can't afford this. Well, I'm renting with 2 roommates right now. We're just renting. Well, how about we both just go buy a place and now we have our own place and we split the equity and now we made money and we don't have to deal with a landlord. Like you're making money. If you're still going to rent, why not buy and not pay somebody else?
Yeah. Can I throw in one unpopular opinion? And fight me on this one. Eric did the last one. Okay, so
let's go.
The feds are raising rates to fight inflation. Why are they fighting inflation? Because the value of the dollar is dropping. Why is the value of the dollar dropping? Because so many dollars are being introduced. In the world market, the dollar is losing value. There's a good chance with the dollar losing value, the feds will raise rates to try and counteract that, right?
At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by a 0.25 percentage point, bringing the target range to 5 to 5.25%.
When the Fed's raising rate, now granted the Fed rate and the mortgage rates are different, but that same index influences both markets. So the lenders that are preaching, and a lot of people that are preaching that rates will go down, that's possible. And I really, really hope I'm wrong. And this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't see them coming down because I don't see inflation slowing down. So if you're going to back a long-term investment, if I'm going to say, hey, you lend me money, I'll pay you back in 30 years, you'll probably want a rate of return that's somewhat sort of in line with inflation. And if inflation keeps going up, a long-term investment rate might just continue to go up. I hope I'm wrong.
That's a good point.
Please, and
I think you're wrong.
Perfect.
I really do. Okay, but that's just how I look at things. I really look on the optimist glass is half full, and that's why he shaves his head. He's always half empty. It's always there. But be smart about it.
Yeah.
Still.
If
that's
I'm
wrong,
I'll refinance your loan.
Great. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Refinance.
And that's what it is. Make sense of what you're doing.
Well, the jobs numbers out with the inflation that's happening right now. The Fed is not seeing the reduction in inflation that they want to see.
No.
Sadly, I'm on board with Jason here because I think that there's a lot more stopping of inflation that has to happen before the Fed lets their foot off the brake pedal. And by the way, the brake pedal is basically let's kill real estate. It seems like they have it out. The Fed has it out for real estate because they're attacking loans, they're attacking housing starts, they're attacking construction, they're attacking all of these things, and it's open war on real estate.
They're making it difficult.
I feel like a victim. No, we're dealing with it just fine. But the fact is, like, real estate drives so many things in the economy that if the Fed wants to affect the economy, they start taking pot shots at the real estate market.
Yeah.
That is why we're seeing so many things. And everybody's up in arms because they're like, I can't afford a house anymore. You're right. Like, you may not be able to afford a house. But it's because the Fed brought the rate down so low for so long. That's why we're seeing the inflation.
We're seeing them normalize. If you go back and look at mortgage rates, in general, 6 to 8 is where they bounce around, not during the Carter administration. Anyway, and then like I said, if I'm wrong, awesome. If rates go back down in the 5s, 4s, 3s.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would love to see rates in the 3s, in the 4s, and the 5s again. Personally, I think that ship has sailed, and I think the Fed is really regretting leaving it down there so long. Because people are like, oh, this is for a generation.
So
that's
we're going to end this because this is going to get very political.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Maybe you should get some of that out. Yeah, so what did we learn?
Well, my key takeaway is that I don't have a crystal ball, and that there is a lot of power in mathematics that can drive you forward even at a disadvantageous interest rate, or what is considered a disadvantageous interest rate.
Right. You just got to look at the big picture. Where do you want to be, and what's it really going to take to get there? Talk to people who are industry experts, even if you don't use them. Talk to people who know what they're doing. You go to the dentist to find out about your teeth. You go to the dermatologist to find out the bumps on your skin. Talk to a real estate agent. Talk to a lender to find out what's really going on in this market.
And it doesn't matter if you're scared about it. That's why you have to ask questions. A lot of people, I have a client who finally just reached out, and it's because he's been following me and finally went, you know what, hey, let's talk about this. And he was afraid to ask questions because he felt like he didn't know what to ask or what kind of questions to ask.
Which is bizarre, because you don't go to your mechanic and be like,
noise. And I sat down with him and I said, look, here's all the options. He went, holy cow, I didn't know that I had that many options. I thought I only had these 4. And he's a smart guy. And I was like, no, you can do this, 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 this. And we went on for 2 hours. He was like, okay, let's meet back up again and let's plan a strategy. So
nice.
Talk to somebody, just like what he just said. It doesn't matter if you're looking to buy him tomorrow. Great, we can help you immediately. He can close in 10 days. We can have you. I guess I don't know when this is going to get released, but if your lease ends here in a month and a half, we can still have you in a new home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's enough time.
If it's a year from now, why don't we start now?
Yeah,
Let's have a conversation.
It doesn't cost to start a conversation.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
You usually get ice cream if you call me. I'll take you out.
I'm buying burgers, so you can get ice cream. Get burgers with me, get ice cream with them, and Jason will be fine.
What am I buying?
Tacos.
Oh, man, tacos for a year.
Let's do a deal on Tuesday. Let's find
On
your
Tuesday.
home and close on a home, and I'll buy tacos for a year.
Let's do it. Let's redo that offer. You close the loan with us. You complete the transaction.
We will do it at a taco shop on a Tuesday with our title guy.
I like it.
Okay.
Done.
If you want to get in touch with us, shoot us a text at 801-228-7687. Make sure you mention the show. You can email us at theutahrealestateshow@gmail.com. You can watch this show on YouTube, and you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you learned something, or if you really love this show, give us a like on YouTube and drop a rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. The Utah Real Estate Show is a production of Hive Collective at Presidio Real Estate, with support from Security Home Mortgage. The NMLS number for Security Home Mortgage is 178787. The NMLS number for Jason Christiansen is 240472, Equal Housing Lender. Not only is this not legal or investment advice, but you should definitely talk to a pro before you make any real estate decision. Every situation is different and should be considered in context. Copyright Jason Christiansen, Eric Wist, and Tyler Kazare. All rights reserved. Talk to you next week.
Isn't there a song, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
If I stay, there will be trouble.
If I buy, there will be trouble. If I don't, there will be double.
So come on and let me know.
Should I buy it or should I blow?
I don't know about that.
Should I buy or should I not now? Like, what do you like? What, if I buy, there will be trouble, but if I don't, there will be double.
It almost works out
So
like
come on,
that.
baby, let me know. Should I buy it or should I go? So you got to let me know. Should I buy it or should I go? If I buy, there will be trouble. If I don't, there will be double.
I don't know.
So you gotta let me know. Should I buy or should I go? So you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
So you got to let me know. Should I buy or should I go? That's the intro, me singing.
I loved it.
So you gotta let me know. Should I buy or should I go?
Perfect.
That was really good.
Okay,
Well done, man. That was awesome. Okay.
Okay. People die, they got to sell. People get married, they want to move in. People finish school. People get divorces.
The lights go out.
The lights go out. It's what happens, okay? I figured we would be good.